What is going on, guys, and welcome to this super quick training on what to do now you understand the metrics and you need to do a quick review on your ad now that you've run it for a week. So I'm going to jump into a quick screen share and talk you through what to look for when reviewing your ad. Obviously, through the training video with Ali, you'd have learned what the metrics mean and what they stand for, and kind of from that be able to decide what you need to do next. So I'm going to just do a quick demo of reviewing an ad that we've previously run. That is the same style of ad that you've just been running. So it's Instagram stories to Typeform, and I'll show you kind of my thoughts on reviewing one of our ads that has run. It was getting fairly decent results. Little bit expensive on the cost per Typeform, but the quality of those Typeforms was very good, so I was quite happy to pay that. And that's the thing with reviewing ads, it's not always just about the metrics. Sometimes there's also a little bit of feeling, a little bit of like decision making to be kind of made, and that is kind of like what I just said. Like, it was a little bit more expensive on the side of what the Typeform responses actually cost, but the ratio of people kind of watching the training from those Typeforms and signing up was very good. So the quality of audience was really good. So I was happy paying that little bit more. So let's jump into the screen and have a quick look at some ads. So yours will look a bit different because you won't have two ad sets in yours, you'll only have one, but we're just going to focus in on the top one. So what you want to do beforehand is, obviously Ali would have told you this in the metrics video, but you want to jump into here and change it to performance and clicks. I've got a custom one set where it's got a little extra few things on the end, but otherwise it's identical to performance and clicks. So what you want to do is jump in. So of course, like, results is super important, but I always review from the right hand side to the left, because if we make our decisions just purely based on the amount of results that we get in, we're going to miss the telltale signs of what the metrics actually tell us. So we're going to scroll all the way across to here, where we've got our CTR all, our CPC all, etc. So we're going to review from here and we're going to go backwards. So our cost per click all is 33p, which is absolutely fine. If I'm honest, it's a little bit more expensive, like I've already said, than I'd personally like it to be. I'd like it to be, about between about 15 and 20p ideally. But our CTR all 1.39, like, I'm fairly happy with that again, because I see the results on the back end of this. So an important thing for you to do is look at the total amount of form responses you've got and divide them by the amount you've spent this week. So if you're spending £5 a day, so it'd be, let's say you've got 15 Typeforms, you divide your £35 if you're spending £5 a day by those 15 Typeforms, and that's how much each Typeform costs you. And you want that figure, obviously it depends what you're happy with. This form in particular for us came back about £1.70 per Typeform. I like it to be a bit closer to £1.50, so it's only a little bit above where we wanted it to be, but overall the quality was very good, so we were happy spending that. So understand what your cost per acquisition was, so your cost per Typeform, and then we can jump into these metrics. So 1.39 on the CTR all, it's a little bit lower than I'd like it to be. I'd like it to be 2 or above ideally, but like I said, the people coming through and actually filling in the Typeform were high quality, so I'm happy spending this because they were signing up, they were getting themselves started. Moving into the clicks all, we're not too focused on this one. We want to jump into CTR link click through rate. So this is very close to 1%, and that's where I like it to be. The 0.09% I'm not going to cry about. It's close to the 1%, and excuse me, what we can tell by the fact that those numbers are so close, they're in 0.3 of each other, is that most people that are clicking to view the ad are also clicking to go through to the Typeform, which is a good indicator of, one, the ad is stopping the right kind of person that is ready to take action. If the CTR all was like 7% and the CTR link was like 0.3, what that tells us is the ad is very clickbait and stopping a lot of people, but the call to action is very weak. So having those numbers quite close together shows that the right kind of people are stopping and then taking action. So moving on, like, once you've so just to clarify what those two numbers mean, your CTR all is how attractive your ad is and how like how much of a showstopper it is, how likely it is to stop somebody when they're scrolling through their stories and they see your ad, what percentage of people out of every 100, like, so this says 1.3, almost 1.5 people in every 100 people are stopping on our ad, and then out of those 1.5 people, you know, one of those people is pretty much stopping and then clicking through to the type form. So that's what that means. So the link click-through rate is how many people that are seeing your ad are also taking the action you want them to do. So they're swiping up, they're clicking the learn more button, etc. So then moving across, we've got our CPM, which is our next important stat. So our cost per 1,000 impressions. £4.57 is very good. You know, you're paying less than 0.05p per person. So essentially, like, you want this to be sub £10. You know, the lower technically the better, because it means you're paying less for more reach, but overall, as long as it's sub £10, I'm always typically happy with that. And then scrolling across again, now we can see our amount spent and the cost per result. So we were doing £10 a day, and it was costing us 50p per link click. Again, like, this is more expensive than I like it to be. I'd like it to be, you know, between 20 and 30p at this level. But like I said, you know, for me, the quality of people coming through, that judgment I was able to make there based on the amount of people signing up from this ad after watching the web class, like, was very strong. So I don't mind paying a bit more because I'm paying for quality. I'm not just paying for crap leads that aren't converting. I'm paying for high quality leads that are converting. So I was quite happy paying this. But that's kind of where your rational thinking has to come in. You know, what are you paying? If you're paying £1 per click, like, you're going to have to make some adjustments. So talking of those adjustments, obviously Ali would have covered this in the video as well, but like, if I was looking at this, obviously I didn't end up making too many changes to this ad because I was quite happy with the results I was getting. But if I was looking at this and I was looking to make changes because I wasn't getting the same level of conversions as I was getting, then I'd look at this, I'd see the CTR all being a bit lower than I'd like it to be, and I'd see the CTR link being 0.09% lower than I'd, like, in an ideal world, like it to be. I'd like it to be a lot higher than that, but like, ideally 1% is kind of the baseline target that we should all be aiming for with the CTR link. Like, I'd be looking to make the ad kind of maybe brighter, maybe more punchy, maybe more clickbait to bring that CTR all up. And then I'd be looking to improve my call to action, the reason for taking action, the reason for swiping up, the reason for clicking the learn more button, to bring my CTR link up. And that's really the predominant things I'd probably be looking to change with this, because these two numbers are a little bit lower than I'd like them to be if I wasn't getting those good results. But because I was getting those good results, I didn't end up making any changes because I didn't want to shake the boat. But if those results weren't coming, then I'd be looking to make the ad a little bit more bright, a little bit more punchy, a little bit more clickbait to get that CTR all up, and I'd be looking to make the call to action, the reason to take action, a little bit more punchy, a little bit more attractive to bring that CTR link click through up. So guys, that's pretty much kind of a quick review process from me. Obviously Ali does it a lot more kind of in depth in his video, but I wanted to kind of show it you in action on the specific ad type that you're running, just so that you can get a feel for what somebody with years of experience doing this would be looking for. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in another video soon.